All right. So let's eat our rice and then run. Rice up and down, like when you rice at church. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 1 and 2. And again, if you don't know that that simplifies, what are you going to do? Just go ahead and write it. 6, 2. That would be 3, right? Now the only last thing that we need to do is draw my Jimmy and see if he's been a good boy or a bad boy. Good boy or bad boy? Good boy, very good. So that would be positive. Oh, this one was negative, right? I forgot my negative. Good boy, so that's positive, but bad boy, that's a negative. All right. Rice. 1, run. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that, again, if you don't know, write it. 1/4 stays exactly the same, so it doesn't simplify. It stays like that. All right, now draw your Jimmy. Good or bad boy? Bad boy. So that would be negative. Now what happens with this one? Look at the line. So it's an undefined? Is this Hoy or Vox? Is this a horizontal line or a vertical line? Very good. This is a horizontal line, which means the slope is 0. You have to use that Hoy and that Vox, guys. You have to. Okay? You have to. Which means the slope is 0. Okay, so are you ready to figure out how to do this in the calculator? Yes, without using the formula? Yay? All right. So there's one step that you have to do before we can do it in the calculator. If you don't do this step, I will guarantee that you will mess it up. Okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this into an X and a Y table. Actually, you know what? There's a worksheet in there that has tables. Let me see the... Let me see what you guys got. It's not this. Okay, let me see that one. Let me see that. Is that it? You don't have one that just has tables? Let me see that real quick. Oh, no, you guys don't. Okay, that's okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a table. Okay? So we're going to put the X's and the Y's. You might need another paper to do this because I don't think you're going to have enough space to do this. Yes, you know how to do that. Yes. All right. So what are my X's? Tell me my X's. 2 and 5. And if you need to come over here and highlight the X's in one color, X is always your first number. Y is always your second number, right? If you need to do this, by all means, do it. That's a good strategy. Are we good? And then my Y's would be 1 and 3. Okay, after you do this, then you can go to the calculator. You're not going to do it before because you mess it up. I mess it up all the time if I don't do this X and Y table. All right, so we ready? Okay, so this is what you do. After you got your table, hopefully everybody clear the calculator because that's the first thing you need to do. If you haven't, you may go ahead and do so right now. Clear your calculator. Like clear it completely. Clear the memory. Second plus 7, 1, and 2. That's the first thing you do. When you have your calculator in your hands, that's the first thing you do. All right. After you've done that, eyes on the board or eyes on me so that I know you're finished and then I can get you started with this because it's a lot of steps. It's really easy, but it's a lot of steps. All ready? All right, we're going to go to stat. You see that stat? Press on that stat. Is everybody there? Yay? All right, it's already on edit and it's already on 1. So I'm going to hit enter. On L1, I'm going to write my X's. What are my x's? 2, enter, 5, enter. And then I'm going to jump to the y's. And my y's are 1, enter, 3, enter. Now, at this time, it's very easy. Again, it's very easy to mess up. So you're going to take a few seconds just to make sure that you got it right. I got a 2 and a 5 and a 1 and a 3. It took, what, 2 seconds to do that, right? All right. We ready? So we're going to tell the calculator, this is a line. I need you to give me the slope and the y-intercept, which we'll learn about that in a second, okay? So we're going to go back to stat. Is everybody there again? But we're going to go to calc because she's going to calculate the line for me. So we're going to go to calc. Is everybody there? You see that number 4 that says line? It says L-I-N. That's for line, and R-E-G is for regression. That's the one we're going to press. So we're going to press 4. Is everybody there? Okay, why are you pressing so much? Are you not with us? All right. Just she's gonna have to catch up. Just when we do the next one, she can catch up. She can just forget about doing this one. You need to be with me. If you're not with me, you need to let me know. Because there's just a lot of steps, and if you're not with me, you don't know what I'm doing. So just the rest of you that are with, just forget about her for a second. She's gonna have to pay attention on the second one. You're gonna have to go all the way to calculate, and then you press enter. All right. So the number that is with the x, it's always your slope. Okay? So my slope is a, which is 0.6666666, right? But I don't want that as a decimal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the calculator to change that from a decimal to a fraction. All right, so I'm going to say 0.66666. I got to go all the way to the end. There you go. You see how it moved and I lost my point? Do you see the point? Once you lost your point, you stop. And we're going to go to math. And we're going to tell her to change it into a fraction. And that slope would be 2/3. And that's it. You're done. Okay? So my slope is 2/3. Okay? You'll get the hang of it. It's a lot of clicks right now, but you believe me, by problem number 5 doing this, you already know what to do. Are we good? All right, let's do number 8. Everybody with me. The first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight my x's the same color. I'm going to highlight my y's the same color. And I'm going to come over here and make my x and y table. Yay? All right, so what are my x's? No, see, this is why I highlighted them, because it's really easy to mess up. 8 and 2. And what are my y's? 3 and 5. All right. We're ready? Okay, who remembers what to push first? Stat. There you go. And what do you do next? Enter. No, not 4. Edit first, which is number 1. Now, you have your previous list, which means I got to clear it, right? So go all the way to the top. Do you see it? Click clear and then enter, and she takes the whole list out. Go all the way to the top, clear, and then enter, and she clears the whole thing. Yay? All right, so what are my x's? 8 and 8 enter, 2 enter, and then jump to the y, which is your L2, and then 3 enter, 5 enter. So everybody here, do you remember what to push next? Go back to stat a second time. Very good. But instead of edit, we're going to go to calc. So you got to jump to the right, and now it's where you do 4. Okay? and then enter, and then you got to do enter all the way to the bottom, right? To calculate, and then you hit enter, right? All right, so negative 0.333333333. So can we remember how to change it into a fraction? Negative 0.33333 until you lost your negative. You got to tell her. There you go. It moved. I'm done. Math and fraction. And that would be negative 1/3. Okay? All right, number 9. My x's, highlight them the same color. My y's. Some of you don't like to do any of this highlighting because you think, oh, this is too easy. I don't need to do that. But then when I'm asking for my x's and my y's, you give me the wrong numbers. Okay? So be careful. Don't be afraid to do these strategies. You actually need to do all of this. Okay? All right. What are my x's, babies? 1 and 6. Very good. And what are my y's? There you go. All right. Do we remember where to go? Stat. What? Nope, not calculate. Edit first. And then do you remember how to clear the list? All the way up. Clear and enter. All the way up to L1. Clear and enter. With me? Yes? All right, so what are my x's? 1, enter, 6, and enter. -4 and -2. Make sure you got them right. 1, 6, -4, -2. We got them. Okay, where do we go now? Back to stat. But I'm going to go where? To calc. And then 4. And then all the way to the end. And my slope would be 0.4. Very good. All right. But I don't want it as a decimal. I want it as a fraction. So how do I do this? Talk to me. 0.4. Is that a repeating decimal? It's just 0.4, right? So I go to math and change it to what? To a fraction. So what's my fraction? 2/5. Very good. What does it mean to have a slope of 2/5? What's my rice? 2. And what's my run? 5. Very good. All right. Do you think you can do number 10 on your own? Yes? All right. Go for it. Here's my strategy. All right, talk to me. What's my first step? No, that's not my first step. What's my first step? Thank you. You highlight. Thank you very much. We're going to highlight my x's and then my y's. Then what's my second step? No. Make a what? Thank you. We should, but I haven't printed out the new papers. So, but just keep in mind, okay? I'm sure you won't forget that I need to give you 100 points. All right. We're going to make the table. Jonathan, are you doing all these strategies or are you just going straight to the calculator? Okay, thank you, baby. All right, so what are my x's? -3 and -7. What are my y's? 1 and 4. Now what do we do? Thank you. How do we clear? Up, clear, enter. All the way up, clear, and enter. Okay, my x's are -3 and -7. What are my y's? 1 and 4. Yay? Yes? All right, what do I do now? Back to stat, calc, and I'm going to do a linear regression, and then all the way down. Very good. What's my slope? -0.75, right? It's not 1/4. We're looking at A, right? That's my slope. So what do we do now? -0.75 and change it into a what? Fraction. That's 3/4 out of 4, which is what? 3 -3/4. Okay, what's my rice? 3. And what's my run? 4. There you go. All right.